Welcome to my Atari ST nostalgia trip. And in this video I will have a look at the Temple of Apshai Trilogy, which is a re-release of three classic Apshai games, the first of which was released in 1979 on machines like the Apple II and Commodore PET. Now, of course, I did not know that back then. We got our ST early 1986, as I told you many times before. I was just 11 years old and we didn't have any manual or any description of this game. All I knew was this was a game by Epix, and they had made several, very enjoyable games. So my expectations were actually quite high, but unfortunately they were also kind of misguided. But yeah, let's just play, start up the game, and see, what I was going through when I played this game for the first time, and relive that memory because it was a long time ago. But I still remember it quite well, what was happening. So this is a game that's only available in color, and I will just start it. When I first saw the screen, I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. The music is quite simple, but I still liked it a lot. Even if it gets annoying in this part. But there was some experience. I saw this photo, like this very strong knight in a dungeon, and I saw these bats, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be really good. This is going to be a fantastic game. And I saw all this blood in his sword. I thought, yeah, I am really ready for some big hack and slash. And of course, I didn't know anything, so I was very enthusiastic. Like, okay, let's get to it. Let's get to hacking. So I pressed the key, and then I came into this, and I thought, right, this game seems to be a little bit different than what I'm used to. So that was kind of a disappointment. But actually, I started to really appreciate the game once I sort of started playing it. Not that I'm not really a fan, but it turned out to be a sort of role-playing game. I've created a character. You can sort of, characters, I made one. Because you can load one, you can kill one off, which basically means you remove it, you remove a saved character from your disk. You can enter one, where you enter all the values by hand. You can also create one automatically. It will sort of randomize these values, but it turns out, I tried that a few times, and actually I got a character with almost no strength, for instance. This one is actually quite strong and quite rich. A bit too strong and rich, actually, to be entering the first level. But I want to show how the game plays and not die immediately, so I have to forgive myself for that. And of course, as you can see, I have no shield, no bow. I do have a nice sword to hack and slash with, even if it doesn't look very good in the game. I have no experience, but I do have some silver, and I gave myself quite a lot, which means I can go buy stuff from the innkeeper. So let's buy a large shield, and the large shield has a retail price of 15, and with the innkeeper you can sort of haggle to get a bit of a discount on some of the objects, and it doesn't always work for everything. Let's say I will offer him 12, and he said no. But a pox on thee, but I take 14, and I'll say, no, maybe I can offer 15. But as you can see, he doesn't accept my offer of 13 as well. No less than 14, because thou takest food from my children's mouths. Yeah, this contains a lot of sort of Shakespearean English to give it a more medieval feel, I guess. So now I have a large shield. I don't have a bow, so... I see your keen eye has found a fine bow. You, an almost new, how much wouldst thou offer for it? And the retail price is 12, so I'm going to offer 8. And I spit on thy paltry offer. So I guess he wants a bit more, maybe for 10. He still says it has to be 12. Let's say no. He won't allow me to bargain on this one. I have to pay the retail price, even if he says now I'm a hard bargainer. No, I'm not. I paid the retail price, yo. Of course, with the bow I want to buy arrows, and you get 2 arrows for 1 silver. So I will just get 50 arrows. I won't need them, but it's a nice round number. Which means I have 49 of silver left, and actually this was a stupid mistake. because I didn't buy any armor yet. And if I buy armor, the cheapest one is leather, which is 30. I can still buy that one, can I? Yeah, I have 49 left, so let's offer him 20. Let's be really cocky. It is less than I paid for it. Okay, I'll be quick. I will just, okay, 25. And he will say, no, 29 is the least I want to have. I can try 27. Maybe 28. Yeah, okay, so I got a discount of 2. He will accept 28. It's the bargaining with the innkeeper is kind of simple, but still it adds some fun to the game. Of course, when I get wounded, I might want to have some salves. I have 20 silver left, so I would buy 2 salves just in case. I probably won't need them because in the first level the enemies are not that strong, and I actually made my own character quite strong, so this should go well. But yeah, this is not really a hack and slash game, as you can see. I have 1 silver left, so that's not much. So better I just get into the game. And as you can see, you can basically, I can choose any of the 3 games because they're all packed into one. I can also continue an adventure that I saved before. And now I will just go into Temple of Apshai and I will just enter level 1. And yeah, this is a really simple game. It's sort of turn-based. So as a battle move, I will fire my arrow at him. And then you can see it's sort of turn. So I fire an arrow, then he gets closer. I will fire another one. So at least the skeleton is dead. Yeah, and in the original game, you didn't have mouse control. So how the way to control your character is actually press L to turn left, which you can still do here, and you press the R to turn right. Which, as a game control, doesn't really make sense because the L is actually on the right side of the keyboard and the R is more to the left side. So I don't know why they chose that, and you could choose like a number of steps you want to take from 1 to 9. So if I press 3, he will take 3 steps. This one is much more mouse controlled, and you can use the menus. You can also use the keys that it shows, like for opening doors or search for traps. In this case, grab treasure. And in this case, I grab some treasure, but it's actually trash, so it's not worth anything. So I don't want this. I want to drop it again. Which was it? Here, drop the item, D. It will go into inventory. I will say I want to drop this one because I would just carry the weight with me, and it is no worth. So the goal is basically go around, beat your enemies, and get some treasure, because I think with more treasure you get more silver, and with more silver you can sort of buy more armor, better weapons. Because normally you would start the game with way less weaponry than I have now, but yeah, and it's very simple. But in this case, at least you can make him walk with the mouse. So there's no one here. And interestingly enough, you can see I'm in room number 3. And in the original 8-bit versions of the game, you had a really thick manual called the Book of Apshai, and you had to get the manual, you had to get this book and look up the number, and you can sort of read the description of that room. Which, yeah, I kind of made for a nice experience if you are really like a Dungeons and Dragons fan or RPG fan. In this case, you can just get the description from the menu. So room 3A, finely carved and painted mural fills the east wall of the passage. Opposite the opening, depicting men tilling the soil. A ransacked backpack rests under the mural. A roaring sound can be heard from the north. And after you do the description, actually the screen on top gets a bit... yeah, it looks a bit strange, but as soon as you go into another screen, at some point... Yeah, there's a mosquito here, but they are not so strong. So I can just press A for attack. And it's slashed. Yeah, and it dies. But as you can see, I've been running around and attacking quite a lot, which also means my fatigue level goes down. So on the right, now I'm quite fit again. But as you can see, my wounds level went down from 100 to 96. So that mosquito did actually, yeah, he got me in some way. And I'm just picking up trash, so I don't want those. I will just... Can I drop the other one as well? Oh, I can't drop it here. I have to walk a bit further. I don't want my trash, so I don't want to be carrying it around. But as you can see, the wounds value, if that gets to 0, you die, of course. Your fatigue is, yeah, when you fight a lot, so if you use attack moves that you shouldn't be using, actually your fatigue, this percentage goes down and it gets more difficult to fight and to run. I have 2 salves, so if my wounds get too low, I can actually heal myself. And of course I can also fire arrows, which takes a lot less energy, and I can attack from way further. Yeah, as you can see, this one is also a bit annoying. But now I can fire an arrow at it and it dies. And I can grab the treasure, which also is trash, so I will drop it again. I don't want to be carrying around trash. But I know that further in this level there's actually a bit more variable stuff here. And also an interesting one is the S. You can search for traps. Here I found nothing. I think this is, yeah, this is also trash. Let's drop it. I think this room, does it have a trap? No, I found nothing. So there's nothing in this room of interest. Yeah, but also as a role-playing game goes, this one is really, really simple. It's basically just the super simple games from years before. Just a little graphical update, not much. I think, it's also no traps here, okay. I remember I found lily dust, what? Okay, so I searched for traps, but I didn't find them. And I went to some lily dust, which really, really is bad for my health apparently, because I'm now at 62%. But at least the treasure I found here has some value to it, so that's nice. Okay. Because I remember there was a trap in this room, but for some reason I want to drop this one. So as you can see, I'm now also wearing a cloak. The cloak is a bit heavier to carry around, but that's actually worth some silver. So if you have enough trash, you can buy new items, sort of upgrade your weapons with it. I think this one's, yeah, this one is also trash. Let's just drop it. I don't want trash. I'm a bit surprised that I actually didn't find the trap I was looking for. So apparently you have to be quite close to find them. No, I'm finding nothing. Oh, a giant tick. We don't like that. There's also not a lot of sound in this game, so I will just attack the tick. Okay. He stuck me. Ooh, that's very bad. Yeah, I've got quite some wounds now because that tick apparently was he stabbed me a few times. But it was worth it. I found some food algae, which are actually quite a bit more. But I'm going to use a salve too, because I'm at 37%, which is quite low. Where was it? Heal. If I say heal, oh, actually my salve's not worth that much, so I will use the other one as well. Well, I'm not doing very well at this time, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just showing the game. To be fair, I didn't really understand it when I was young. I was just, yeah, going around rooms and mainly just finding enemies to kill. And yeah, that lily dust really cost me a lot. It cost me like almost 40% of my health. Which is a bit disappointing. Because, yeah, he didn't find any traps, so I don't know why. He didn't find it, but I still fell into it. But I found some mushrooms. That's always good, because we always need more mushrooms when we are in a fantasy world. Yeah, this level is also not so big. I mean, I know it's probably a bit bigger than I think it is, because there's probably some secret doors which you can use the E to examine, but yeah, I'm too lazy to do that now. I just want to check out this room, hope I don't fall into any traps. So I will search for them, because I'm getting very suspicious now, walking into that lily dust. There's apparently nothing. I can grab this treasure. Yeah, and I guess in further levels, the labyrinth and the gameplay gets way more complicated, way more difficult than this one. Some giant ant, but I can run away from him. So you don't have to attack every animal. You can just run away and get out of there. And actually, also for your battle options, you don't have to attack all the time. You can also parry, which means you are sort of defending, so they have a less chance of actually getting a stab or a slashing at you. Yeah, and I'm not using my arrows as good as I should, because I'm not very good at this game, and I'm sort of reliving my memories here, but it's also, I really remember not even really doing anything with the trash. I was just going around trying to find some enemy to kill, and I got myself killed quite quickly because, yeah, I didn't really know how to do it. But I just want to go to the level, get some treasure. I think this one is also not worth anything. This is also trash, I think. Yeah, exactly. Let's drop my trash. But I think the last rooms that are not behind secret doors are actually these two. This one at the top and one at the bottom. And then I will just walk back out of the level. Because this is kelp, which is also apparently has some value. And here we have, there's more kelp. And I think, yeah, I don't know. Probably somewhere in the walls I can do the examination and examine the walls and find secret doors. And the game has more depth than I'm showing you now. But yeah, I don't know. The game has something charming about it, I guess. The graphics don't really look 16-bit. But compared to the 8-bit versions of this game, it actually looks pretty good. It's just, yeah, we are used to having stuff that's so much better than this. Do I like this game? I guess you have to sort of appreciate it for what it is. I mean, yeah, it's nice that this one actually has the descriptions inside the game, but it also takes away a bit from the experience probably from when you played the 8-bit versions and you had to get the book out all the time and you could sort of read it to yourself. You tend to do that less if the description is just right there in the menu. And to be fair, also the descriptions, I don't really think they add that much, but probably there's some hints in there to actually find. Oh, I missed, seriously? Okay, sorry, I had to really quickly kill the swamp rat because my wounds are at 53, so he really didn't do much damage to me. But as you can see, I used the thrust attack, which is a much stronger attack, but it also yeah, it makes you really tired very quickly, so use that with care. But coming back, do I like this game? I think it's sort of a memory. I like the part where you can actually haggle with the innkeeper to buy your weaponry. But also, yeah, the way I play it now, I'm usually overpowered for this level, so I can sort of easily go through it, and I'm still halfway to dying already. So I was never really into RPGs, so in that respect, it's not really my kind of game, I guess. And especially when a kid, yeah, I expected some hack and slash game, something really nice or violent because of the title screen, and that really didn't happen. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Still, I found the concept of the game quite, yeah, it was quite entertaining for a while, I would say. And I still very much, I mostly appreciate the game for what it is and for the foundations it laid for future RPGs. I guess if you want to step into the RPG genre, this is probably a good game to start with because of its simplicity. It probably has more complexity than I'm showing here because I don't know how to examine the walls properly. Oh, sorry, open door. How to examine the walls and stuff properly to find secrets. Because now... And actually, as you can see, the cloak was worth nothing. But I found some food algae and some mushrooms and some kelp, so for a total of 11 silver. And then you get back to you get back to this screen, and of course the more treasure you find, the more silver you have. Then if you have more silver, you can buy some extra arrows or armor, and then you can go like in the next level of the temple. I will not do that at this time because I've already been playing for a while. This was just to show you the game. It's part of my memory. Will I get back to it? The chances are, I would say, pretty slim. Because, yeah, I'm not really a role-playing game kind of guy. And this is a very early game, so you can see that the sound and graphics are actually quite simple. Still, I don't know. If you like role playing games, I would say yeah, just give it a go. It has its charm, especially if you read out all the descriptions of the rooms to yourself. You might get more engaged into the story. For time purposes, I didn't do it this time. Um, but it was still nice to look at this game as a sort of memory lane. But I probably won't get back to it soon. Maybe late. Yeah, I don't know. But no, I probably won't get back to it. It's just not my type of game. Still, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on the next one, where I will be I'll be looking at something with a bit more action than this one. See you next time.